Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. From past few days, there has been a request in front of UPSC in order to allow for an extra attempt for some aspirants who could not write the mains examination after qualifying prelims exam. Now the issue has been transferred to the Supreme Court. The ball is in the court of Supreme Court as of now. According to this issue, we will analyze what is UPSC, what are the roles of UPSC and the composition of UPSC, and also the issue of rights involved in this particular context. So what is the context in which we are discussing this? Issue to allow extra attempt in civil services examinations is complicated. Okay, UPSC says this particular sentence in Supreme Court. Okay, issue regarding the UPSC extra attempt 2022 very complicated. Okay, this has been the stand of UPSC when it comes to allowing an extra attempt to aspirants. So what is the issue? What is the issue about? 3 aspirants who qualified 2021 preliminary examination could not attempt mains examination that happened between Jan 7th and 16th January 2022. Okay, 3 aspirants who had qualified preliminary examination, they could not take up mains examination because of COVID-19. They all tested positive for COVID-19 and that's the reason why they could not attempt mains examination. And you all know, once you attempt prelims, okay, that particular attempt would be counted. For example, for general category we have 6 attempts. For OBC we have around 8 attempts. Okay, once the prelims attendance is done, if you attempt prelims examination, then it is considered 1 attempt. If you apply and not attempt the prelims examination, then it would not be considered. If you attempt prelims, then it is considered. In that case, because they had appeared for the prelims examination, their attempt would be considered, and because of the pandemic, they could not give their fullest or they could not even attend the mains examination. This is the reason why they have approached Supreme Court in order to direct UPSC so that they would be given an extra attempt. UPSC said that, in this case, UPSC said that it is very complicated in order to consider the plea of these 3 aspirants and provide an extra attempt to them. Let's see what UPSC is. You all know UPSC is a constitutional body. When it comes to the bodies, we have 2 bodies, that is statutory bodies and constitutional bodies. Okay, statutory bodies and constitutional bodies. This is a part of polity, and you have a list of statutory bodies in your Lakshmikant, and you also have list of constitutional bodies in Lakshmikant. You should be aware of these bodies, and there are high possibility that the prelims question can arise from this particular chapter. Articles 315 to 323 of part 14 of the Constitution deals with UPSC. Okay, we all are trying to clear this particular exam, which is the second most toughest exam in the world. Okay, and we should know the provisions that are in the Constitution with respect to this particular examination. Article 315 to 323 deals with the UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. UPSC is the watchdog for the merit system of the country. Till now, till date, there has not been a single allegation on the UPSC with respect to corruption or favoritism for that matter. What is the composition of UPSC and what are the features or what are the provisions given in the Constitution with respect to the composition of UPSC? UPSC consists of a chairman and other members, but the number of other members is left to the discretion of president. Remember, it is not mentioned in the Constitution. UPSC can give a statement that the number of members of UPSC is fixed at 15 or 20 for that matter, including the chairman. It is not the case. The number of members can be fixed by the president, and these members hold office for 6 years or until they achieve 65 years, until of the age 65 years, or if they complete 6 years in office, then they would retire. Do we have any examples of UPSC giving an extra attempt to aspirants in the history? Do we have any examples? No. But during COVID-19 second wave, during the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, you all know there was a complete lockdown. There was a complete lockdown for around 3 months. During this time, what we call as the hub for UPSC, that can be a Bangalore, okay, Hyderabad, or places Old Rajendra Nagar or Karol Bagh in New Delhi, in Delhi for that matter, these places were empty. Students found it very difficult to stay in those places because the food, the hotels were closed, and also the institutions or the private coaching classes were closed. Because of that, students started moving away from these hubs and they started settling in their houses. In this particular situation, many of the students approached UPSC and Supreme Court and asked for an extra attempt because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Even during this time, UPSC did not consider the plea of students and an extra attempt was not given. Okay, remember this. During the student demanded for an extra attempt, which was not given. This was turned down by the UPSC. Taking this as an example, this was a very grave situation, very serious situation when it comes to the life and the career of students. But now we are talking just about 3 students who wrote prelims but couldn't write mains. Okay, and when compared to this situation, you can imagine UPSC will not bow down to the plea and these students would not be given an extra attempt. Okay, we are just assuming when we relate it to a grave issue before 2 years, now we can consider this cannot be a very serious issue with respect to UPSC and would not be, and this plea would not be considered. Let's see some of the issues involved. We all know about equality, that is Article 14. Okay, equality with respect to law and equal protection of law. We have 2 different interpretations when it comes to Article 14. Issue of equality will be violated. Okay, it would be violated if these 3 students are given an extra attempt. And it is also said that these are deserving candidates because they have cleared preliminary examination. They have cleared preliminary examination and they were not able to attend mains examination. These are deserving candidates. Hence, UPSC can consider the plea. Let's see one more angle. That is, what are the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages? This would set a bad example in the future. Any negative externality for that matter, or any natural calamity for that matter, if it is stuck in a particular state or a particular district for that matter, okay, then this judgment by the Supreme Court would be taken as an example to consider their plea also, and this will not be an end. This will not be an end and this will be a starting point. So it will set a very bad example in the future. And when it comes to the negative effects due to pandemic. Pandemics is something that has hit the whole world. People have lost life, people have lost their livelihoods. In this case, considering the plea of 3 students who couldn't write mains would not be so great with respect to Supreme Court. UPSC can claim that there are minimum 6 attempts given to clear the exam. If 1 attempt is lost, then there are still 5 more attempts left, and this experience of prelims and preparation for mains would definitely help these students to clear mains in the next attempt. Okay, this is not something that is the end of life. UPSC can argue on these standards and would try to convince the Supreme Court. Now, at the end of the day, the ball is still in the court of Supreme Court. Then we have to wait and watch what will be the decision of Supreme Court with respect to this. And there is one more concern. The results for the mains examination are due in 10 days. It is expected to be around March 15th or 16th for that matter. This is a tentative date. Before this, before the results are out, Supreme Court should decide on this matter, because after the results are out, then asking for these students in order to give an extra attempt or write mains examination or attempt for the prelims examination would not be very good, because the prelims are just around 3 months away. June 5th, 2022 is when the preliminary examination would be held. So if the Supreme Court decides to give them an extra attempt, then it should be decided very soon. Okay, I hope you have liked the video. For more such enriching content, please subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.